You've heard of devil's advocates? Now get ready for a God's advocate.
Hi. For disclaimer, I only believe in God logically, therefore I will engage with any discussions about my beliefs in with the fears of 1,000 suns and the detachment of a blonde high school girl. So, have you ever thought about how being God is exhausting? Number one, we don't know what we want. Look, I don't know if it's my brain, my genes, my hormonal disbalance, the curse put on me after I sold my soul when I was a little child. We were all kids once, don't look at me like that. That girl from The Exorcist, she became like that because of girls' night, okay? But I just don't get happy when I get what I want. Usually because I'm too distracted with other things to notice that I've gotten what I want already. And if this also happened to you, that means that we're already a multitude. And I mean, how do you think your mom felt when year after year she just kept missing the gift that you really wanted?
But Sally, you like one pilot a
Well,
year
now
ago.
I'm fascist mom. Plus I'm a boy now, and I don't like to dance anymore.
We're humans, we're meant to change. It's like the whole point of inner life. And the protectors, they will try to protect us in the best way possible while also trying to make us happy. The thing is that happiness is ever fleeting. You are in a constant chase to become happy, which may be the reason why life is worth living anyways. Number two, morality is subjective. Let's say you have to decide between Palestine and Israel. Which one are you picking? Remember when politics weren't captivating because everybody was going insane through Trump? Suddenly everybody had an opinion and you could easily be either right or wrong. Nowadays we unlock more maps, the world is larger, and the constructs that we use to differentiate good and evil are becoming more and more blurry. Have you ever wondered if you're even the good guy? Because depending on how many people are witnessing you, you are constantly in a superposition of all possible answers to this question. Basically, you are Schrodinger's
Moral.
cats. Don't think about this too hard. Last time we did, we lost privileges to Adam. Oh, by the way, the fruit of good and evil. I don't know if this has anything to do with my rent per se, but I figured out what the fruit of good and evil is and why we were not supposed to eat it. So basically, good and evil are just concepts. They can be both alimented and fortified through facts and actions and arguments, and that's where they get you. Because you can argue for years and years about the subjectivity of morality and how the path to hell was paved on good intentions, but at the end of the day, at some point, you might wonder yourself if your beliefs align with the person that you've become. This cool might should happen because
We change constantly.
Bravo. Sometimes when you question yourself without an answer, you get one. You could even get a lot. The answer itself inhabits the abysm proposed by nature. Depending on how you have lived your life, it might manifest on a shadow self, which is basically formed of all the intrusive thoughts that you could represent. You can tell someone is aware of their shadow self when they get looking at the mirror, glimpsing and like looking away, full of either panic or weariness for what they've seen.
Then what am I?
Chapter 4. The voices inside of my brain.
Well, they're not really voices, they are thoughts inside of my brain. With completely prefabricated thought patterns, I will call it, I suppose. I mean, it's more like prefabricated stereotypes for people that I've already met and that I kind of got through. You see, answers to questions can either be negative or positive. The way in which we portray them, that's the only thing that changes, how the other person receives the information that has been either positive or negative. So technically it is very easy to create a disassociated personality. The problem is that if you don't have a very strong personality, these voices might end up overtaking you. That's something that you find with people that have schizophrenia and are talking to themselves on the streets naked and alone. It's because they don't really have an ego. The ego are the thoughts that you correlate with yourself. They don't really have an ego. So they are just filled in chaos. Sometimes these voices take life of their own, I think in part in order to trick me into showing empathy because, well, technically faking emotions is very easy. You just have to feel them, and if you have already voices inside of your head that are telling you how to feel, they can also activate different parts of your brain to shoot out the necessary hormones. I mean, feelings are just hormones. That's what people talk about when they say hormonal disbalance. I suppose, I don't know, I have no fucking clue. It started with a disassociated personality of somebody called Dude. Here's a picture. And it just developed into a lot of different voices that sometimes go, sometimes go. I did not like how that part looked. The reason why the creation of Dude caused more people to come over was partly because there was already a bridge in my brain, and there already existed a bridge. The creation of him created a bridge between normality, what's usual, people being singular and just one person, and this new framework to see the world through that. I mean, if you're a very lonely person, I think you could see the perks in having constantly some other kind of interaction with the world without actually having to have an interaction with the world. I don't know, maybe I just high. Sometimes these voices have their own monologues about things and people that I don't know, which is fun to be observed from afar, but until you realize that you can forget everything, especially who you are supposed to be. Thankfully, I have a very strong personality, personality built on hatred and revenge and wanting to hurt people emotionally. So having voices inside of my brain trying to overtake my body wasn't really that difficult to take care of because I just kept hurting them. I mean, you may think that I'm a sociopath or a psychopath, and that will be completely right on the money. But from my perspective, I just find it very disrespectful for these voices to just enter my brain, try to change everything up, and just act like that, like they were invited in the first place, like vampires. My brain, it doesn't understand the difference between good and evil.
Should I try flirting with women, even if I fear to come off as a creep? Is my sexual satisfaction more important than women's well-being? Do you not want some pussy? I want to be a good man and not sexually harass someone by accident. You're not gonna do it. How will you know? There are no millions saying that too much eye contact is creepy, fantasizing is creepy too.
The prize
And then
for
get
the
me
best
started on
feminist
rape.
in the world goes.
And that's how
To rape women. Women uncomfortable. I know. What does that do? No, you want me to stop listening to women? Try getting laid. It's the same conversation over and over and over since last year, dude. We tried. You've been brainwashed. I know I've been brainwashed by my brain. Fucking is connected to slut. I know I've been brainwashed.
And that's how God told us not to eat our veggies.
Just get some pussy. Cannot untangle. Why are you even so?
Then what am I?
The same
Then what am I? Huh? What am I? You're just a fucking thought!
No, fuck, it was Bruce.
Because you want to change. Your own brain is giving you a handout of this fucking misery that's your life. Just act most like. Because you want to change. Your own brain is giving you a fucking handout of this misery that is your fucking life. Life itself is giving you a fucking wake up call. Just fucking act more like me and less like you.